Hi, it's Geraldine here to do the tea leaf reading for the new moon in Cancer, June 28th. How's everyone doing? You might be feeling a bit like retreating for a couple of days here, just resting more than usual. Maybe making lists, creating to-do lists, planning, setting new intentions. And with the influence of Cancer here, you might also be thinking a lot about the well-being of others and pets. You might also be looking at ways to make your home cozier and maybe needing to have it all spick and span, everything all maintained. Now the flip side of being in this Cancer energy is that it can make us hyper emotional, temperamental and also a bit spiteful. So if you're feeling that, just maybe best to go and hide under your rock, okay? So just be aware of that if you do feel a bit snappy with others, all right? So anyway, overall though, this is set to create a very positive shift, this particular new moon, okay? Now there is a personal message for a subscriber and I'll pass that one on privately to her, okay? And if you're interested in asking the question for the next reading, you can always just send me a message either through here or you can go to my Facebook page or Instagram, okay? And it'll be added to the next reading there and of course passed on privately. Now overall then in the tea leaves it was a very busy but balanced cup, which is always good to see. Now I'm really getting this reach for the stars kind of theme here. Let go of shame, guilt, dead weight for good. Like just to let it all go, okay? Let it float away from you because it's time to fly. Then I was shown this fabulous tree, like a really big old ancient tall tree, and there were gifts and sort of abundance on each branch. Now it was smoother sailing ahead on one of the lower branches, you know, so if you got onto that sort of branch, that was sort of your first gift, okay? Now the higher up you go on the tree, the more you have to gain. There's a very high perspective there at the top. And also there's more beauty to behold. Sort of the freer you feel, the less suffering there is, the sweeter the fruit. Now, underneath the tree there was a Y and an N. So in tea leaf reading for me, that's yes or no. So it's asking that question, do you stay stuck where you are? Or do you start to climb those branches just to experience that beauty and abundance? And I'm honestly getting that this is all encompassing. So it's relating to the physical, spiritual, emotional and intellectual well-being. So, you know, letting all of that old stuff that weighs us down go, just to move higher, you know, and you'll hear the words of higher consciousness. So really it's us trying to find balance and alignment, getting ourselves to a really happy place where, yeah, it doesn't mean that we don't have things to deal with, but we can deal with them differently, okay? We don't have to stay sort of buried by them. All right, the challenges don't crush us. All right. So anyway, that's the best way that I can sort of explain that. So I'm getting sort of say no to weariness, you know. So dance to the beat of your own drum. All right. So it was really a lovely picture there, you know, to get to that sort of that top of that tree there, you know, and see others' point of views and not feel triggered, and you know, obviously a lot of healing elements to that. Then next thing I was shown was 10 pin, actually the number 10 and pin. So if there's someone there maybe in like a league there for 10 pin bowling or invited into a league, your significant other is going to be found there, okay? So if you're asked to join, to stand in or something like that, I would say give that one a go, okay? Because if you have been single for a while and looking for somebody, you know, who compliments you, that's the place to go, okay? Then I was getting as well that there's something or someone going to be exposed here. Sort of truth going to come out about what's been happening behind the scenes around the half moon. So if it's this half moon, it would be, you know, in about a week or so, okay? So, I mean, I think we are really, and have been for a while, seeing things coming out, seeing truths exposed. you know, things that have been happening that we weren't aware of. Okay. Next thing then I was shown like a victory. There was the first beside it, so it was a figure holding a big torch, you know, like an Olympic type torch, and then I was shown NY. So perhaps it is representing maybe the Statue of Liberty. And by the way, that torch is decorated with 24 karat gold, so that might be significant as well, you know, in that, you know, there's sort of that push to have some precious metals, you know, and not just paper. So if you do, you know, kind of follow that stock market or just, you know, follow economics, you might be getting a bit of that. So that might be more to some than others. But anyway, definitely a victory of some sort shown in there, or that, or relating to that figure. Okay. Also shown lots of air travel, and it actually shows like more people than usual maybe leaving their countries or states of origin around the globe, because it was showing new homes in there, and it was also showing like a biblical type figure with arms outstretched, you know, with all those drapes and everything, just leading the way for people. So maybe for those making these big moves, they could be spiritually guided. Now I really resonate with that for the move with the family here to Canada. So there could be sort of these really big moves, big life changes for people. And I was also shown the dollar sign, which is the money sign for me. So people could be making big moves for work. Their experience is perhaps needed elsewhere. And I'm getting maybe for coal miners. This did come up in a previous reading, and there was sort of a sadness around it. But, you know, there always is if somebody has to travel for work and, you know, they have to leave the family or whatever. I mean, it's not going to be forever, but in the interim, we all know, you know, that things are not really great right now. So, you know, it just could be, this is a temporary measure. All right. Then, as I got into the last cup, then it did shift to, I was shown like a little green energy car. So something new on that, maybe using something that we haven't really used before so much in cars, or something that has been looked at for a longer time but hasn't, you know, really come to fruition yet, just not electric. Okay, so definitely a shift there in that. Then I was shown the word or letters VITI, and I thought, what is that? What is VITI? What does that mean? Because I'm thinking like vitamin, but it's VITI anyway. And it actually, in South Indian and Sanskrit origin, it means light, okay? And it's the feminine word. All right, now I've been feeling that for a while too, the rise of the feminine. And you're really seeing this women standing up for what they believe is right, okay? So, and definitely there are a couple of, you know, camps in this for sure, divided camps. But women, they want their voice. And while, you know, maybe there are arenas where they're trying to be shut down, that's not going to be continuing, okay? So the Vitae anyway, and I looked and I thought, what is this? So I was then shown this Vitae group, and it's all natural, sort of insecticides and biostimulants and all these things that are all natural. And apparently it's been used a lot in vineyards, but it's also gone to forestry and agriculture. I thought, wow, this is really, really neat. You know, as we're talking about the world having a shortage in fertilizer and all of that. So, you know, maybe this is something new. And there wasn't an awful lot about this group. Interestingly enough, like the last news article was in 2020, so I don't know how active they are at the moment. But if it's coming up in this reading, there will be maybe another group. Okay, this is just to sort of highlight it. All right. Another thing too, I saw sort of the toppling of statues or figures just sort of toppling over. So we may see more of that, statues being torn down or old systems toppling in relation to government, and I was actually asking a specific question, which I won't repeat here, but showing this toppling, I was like, you know what, we're definitely in for some changes. And of course it's always a bit rocky, right? Change can be a bit rocky to start with, but then we find our way. So anyway, little Sawyer picked the cat's eye crystal for us, and it is said to stimulate intuition, it clears negative energy from the aura and provides protection. It's also said to bring confidence, happiness, serenity and good luck. So that's awesome. We all need a bit of that. It can relieve headaches and facial pain also, so for anybody struggling with that right now, maybe the cat's eye is something that you want to keep with you. I wish I had known that when I was really struggling with migraines last month. Anyway, that's all, folks. Definitely these readings in the last few weeks have been a bit different. You know, I'm just open to whatever comes in, you know, and I do ask that it mainly will help those who tune into the channel here, you know. So definitely this group, there's some strong women in this group for sure, and people who are definitely trying to become more aware of what's going on and trying to sort of raise their consciousness and that. So all the power to you. That's all I can say. So take care, and hopefully I will be back with you then at the full moon. I started traveling a bit, you know, to do some readings and that, and it's getting really really busy. So I can't always promise that I will be back on, but I certainly will do my best. Okay folks, take care. Bye bye.